Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be discussing about the mechanism of action of the penicillin group of antibiotic, or better to say the beta-lactam group of antibiotic. As we already know that the beta-lactam group of antibiotic has four major groups: the penicillin group, the cephalosporin group, the monobactam group, and the carbapenem groups. So all these four groups has a similar mechanism of action. So to start with, we should be knowing the basic structure of the beta-lactam antibiotic. That contains this nucleus. In that there is a beta-lactam ring. And for general information, the beta-lactam or the penicillin group of drug, these are mostly active against the gram-positive bacteria. And that happens because of the thick peptidoglycan layer. Peptidoglycan layer is thicker in gram-positive bacteria, and these are especially active on the bacteria which rapidly grows or which duplicates. So in that, these group of antibiotic acts better because of the fact that this group of antibiotic inhibit the cell wall synthesis. And in cell wall synthesis is more in which type of bacteria? These are in the rapidly dividing bacteria, or the bacteria which are growing phase. So in that, if the cell wall synthesis is inhibited, that means those bacteria would be inhibited more compared to other which are already matured. And these are not that active towards gram negative, though there are antibiotics which are active against gram negative, and that happens via a different route. But mostly the beta-lactam group of antibiotic, they are mostly active on the gram-positive bacteria. That happens because of the structural difference between the gram-positive and the gram-negative bacteria. So we have this as a gram-positive bacteria and this as gram-negative bacteria. So structurally, if we'll see, we'll find that there is the membrane, there is a membrane, and above membrane there is a thick peptidoglycan layer. It's a cell wall made up of peptidoglycan layer. I will discuss the peptidoglycan layer synthesis later on. And in gram negative, there is a membrane. Then we have a peptidoglycan layer which is very thin, and this layer is embedded in the bilayer. So it is very difficult to cross this and then reach the cell wall. There are many membranous protein here which allows some antibiotics to pass through. That is a different story. So this is why these are mostly active against gram-positive bacteria. In first, I will discuss what happens in general or how the synthesis of cell wall occurs, and then I will move on to the mechanism of action of this group of drug. What happens? There is a synthesis of NAM and NAG. These are the amino sugars. This synthesis of N-acetylmuramic acid and N-acetylglucosamine, these are the full form, N-acetylmuramic acid and N-acetylglucosamine, this takes place inside the cell. So cytoplasm, it takes place formation of this, and this formation then moves outside here, outside the membrane. And then there is a linkage of UDP along with NAM. And these are attached with the peptides. These are attached with the pentapeptides. And the formation of this NAM with the pentapeptide occurs by final linkage of D-alanine and D-alanine. This red shows D-alanine and D-alanine. So when this D-alanine and D-alanine binds together, then there is a complete formation of NAM. So this happens. So what happens? Synthesis of NAM and NAG inside. Then there is addition of peptide chain. So peptide chain addition happens with the NAM along with the UDP. Now what happens? There is a formation of glycan. This NAM and NAG are synthesized separately, and then there is a formation of linkage. How does that happen? Initially, NAM is attached with UDP, right? NAM is attached with UDP. So UDP is broken down, and then the energy released will be utilized for formation of the linkage between NAM and NAC. So there is a linkage formation of glycan, and this linkage is known as peptidoglycan chain. Peptidoglycan chain, where there are many amino sugars attached together. Now there is removal of UDP. UDP is removed and then the linkage is formed. Then next what happens is there is termination of D-alanine. Now I'll say over here, this blue color shows L-alanine. This shows D-glutamate. Then this shows L-lysine. Then these two are D-alanine. So now we have reached here. Now what happens after this? There is termination of D-alanine of adjacent peptide chain. So there would be two chains. One chain is this, one chain is this. The cross linking is already done. So there is a alternate NAM and NAC. NAM, NAG, NAM, NAG, like this. So chain is formed by this process. Now this peptide is already linked. There are these are 5 peptides, 5 amino acids. Now there would be cross linking between the amino acids of this and then amino acid of the other chain, which is also present in the N-acetyl-muramic acid. Sorry. So now what happens is there is termination or dissociation of this D-alanine. So there is a termination or deassociation of D-alanine of adjacent chain, and then there is a cross linking of peptide chain. There is a cross linking of this chain and this chain via what? Via the third lysine. So third is what? Here lysine. With third lysine and the alanine, the terminal alanine, which is remaining after removal of this. So there is cross linking of lysine along with the adjacent D-alanine by the help of the 5 glycine. There are 5 glycine. These blue color are glycine molecule. So 5 glycine molecule attaches the L-lysine of the first chain with the D-alanine of the adjacent chain. And this cross linking provides the mechanical stability to the microorganism, or mechanical stability to the cell wall of the microorganism. So for any antibiotic to act upon this, they should break the chain, right? They should break the cell wall synthesis, and this is what beta-lactam group of antibiotic does. This cross linking of peptide is known as transpeptidation reaction, and the reaction is taken by the enzyme transpeptidase. This is very important. You should remember this. Transpeptidase. Because of the help of this transpeptidase is a type of protein, penicillin binding protein. So there is inhibition of this enzyme, because this enzyme only forms the cross linking. So when this enzyme is inhibited, that means there won't be any cross linking between the peptide. And then if the cross linking will not happen, then what will happen? Then there would be very weak cell wall formation. That is easier to break. So the osmotic pressure related thing happens, and then the cell wall bursts, or the bacteria or the microorganism bursts and it dies. So beta-lactam antibiotic has bactericidal effect. Now how this enzyme is inhibited? There is acylation process goes on. acylation process in which there is a breakage of this thing CON of beta-lactam antibiotic, and then it acylates the transpeptidase enzyme and thus inhibit it. So natural process goes on for the formation of the cell wall synthesis, where there is formation of peptidoglycan chain, and then there is the cross-linking of peptides by the help of transpeptidase enzyme. That happens in the via third lysine and then terminal D-alanine of adjacent chain, and that goes on. That is normal. Inhibition of transpeptidase happens at the last, because this is the last step of the synthesis of bacterial cell wall. So the last step of bacterial cell wall synthesis is inhibited by the help of the penicillin or the beta-lactam antibiotic, and produces the bactericidal effect. So you can find both the flowchart manner and then the figure manner of mechanism of action of beta-lactam antibiotic. I hope this whole mechanism of action would be helpful for you to produce in the examination. Thank you so much.